Okay, so JOSÉ Mourinho, first of all, welcome to Roma.
Thanks so much.
How excited are you for this challenge?
I'm excited since the first day. And since the first day. Since the first day I met the owners and Thiago, and I had immediately this very positive feeling, and it means a lot to me. So that enthusiasm is based on, of course, conversations we had, ideas we changed, but also something that I value a lot, which is human feelings, empathy. So since day one, I'm looking forward to the real day one, which is when I arrive in Rome.
Was it that human feeling then that convinced you this was the right opportunity for me at the right time as well?
You know, it was the human feeling, but also ideas, information, and questions and answers from both sides. I left our conversation with the feeling of this is not the Friedkin's project, this is not JOSÉ Mourinho project, this is not Thiago Pinto project, this is Roma project. That was my feeling. Something that I was really impressed, because, as you know, during my career I had different experiences, and I worked with clubs with similar situation of, let's say, a foreign ownership. And I was impressed by the fact that Mr. Friedkin and his son were always speaking about the Roma fans. They were not speaking about themselves, they were not speaking about their project, they were speaking about the fans. So in many occasions you feel that the ownerships, they speak about the clubs like their clubs, which in reality, by the legal point of view, is true, but I found them speaking about the club is from the Romanisti, and is for them that we want to make it. And that was very, very important for me, because of course I know we finished the season 29 points behind the Scudetto and 16 points behind the fourth. But a club is not the less stable. A club is what a club is in general, and I know well what Roma is, AS Roma is. I know the fans, I know the passion. If you feel it in the project of I'm going to arrive tomorrow and win after tomorrow, that's not the project. But it is a project where the owners, they want to leave a legacy. They want to do something important for the club in a very sustainable way, creating the basis for the success. Hopefully success arrives with me, because the contract is a 3 years contract, or my first contract with AS Roma. Maybe there is a second one day. So I hope that the results of our work will come during my time. I really want that to happen. But let's go step by step. And I'm very happy to belong to this project that, I repeat, is not anyone's project, is AS Roma project.
It sounds a little bit like that collaborative effort, a longer-term project building towards success. It's something that's really energizing you and exciting you as well. Is that fair to say?
You know, I think it's very, very important that that the ideas are very clear, and the project is in front of any one of us in a very clear way, and what the club expects from me and what the club expects me to give, and that is very, very, very important. And this is very, very clear. We want to make a a Roma of success, but the future of success, not an isolated moment of success that everybody would enjoy, but then what the consequences of it. We don't want negative consequences of it. We want to do something sustainable, starting to organize the club in every area related to the football team, because of course a club is much more than a football team. It's much more than the results of a football team, but we know that the barometer of the compass is based on that, so we want to make something really, really big, but has to be step by step, and starting by all the structures around the football team, not just the infrastructures, but also the human structures. And this is a way of, like the owners say, to leave a legacy in this club, doing for the club, for the future, for the fans, and I'm ready for it. I'm enthusiastic with it. I want to accelerate the process. That's why I'm saying hopefully we get the results of it before the end of my 3-year contract, because I want to accelerate the process. It's not on my nature just to work. Of course, you know what you are doing, you are working for the future, but it's not on my nature to wait too long for that smiling future to arrive. I want to try to accelerate the process, and hopefully we all together we can make that happen as soon as possible.
You're returning to coach in Italy. It's been more than a decade now. How do you think you've changed as a coach since you were last coaching in Serie A?
I'm much better now. I'm serious. I'm much better now, because I think this is a job where experience means a lot. Experience, it looks like everything become déjà vu because you went through so many experiences. Since I left Italy, I went to Real Madrid, which was an incredible experience, and I reached my dream of winning Italy, England and Spain. Then back to England, where is my family base, and of course I wanted to come. You know, I have even the extreme experience of taking a team to a final and not playing the final, which was something that I thought would never happen in my career, and it happened. So with so many experience and learning with the good moments, also with the bad moments, I am much more prepared now than I was. It's the kind of job where you can only get better until the day where you lose your motivation, which is, I believe, the only thing that can make a football coach decide to stop, or is not enough, or stop learning. That's not my case, very far from it. I'm learning every day. So I think I'm much better. And of course, one thing is to come to a country for the first time, where you arrive in level 0 and you have everything to learn about it. In my case, of course, that's not the case. I know Italy as a country. I know Italy as a football culture. I know something about Roma, because on my Italian time, Roma was the real rival, was the team that was close to us, fighting for the titles. So I think I'm in a better position now than I was when I landed in Italy for the first time in 2008.
One thing throughout your career that's been a running theme is the way you've built a very close relationship with the fans of the team. Roma, renowned for having an extremely passionate fan base. Are you excited about what you can achieve together, uniting these two things? And why do you think it is that Roma and Rome has such this passionate climate?
I think the passion is cultural. You, of course, know much better than me. It's something that I will have to learn. One thing is to experience it from the outside. Another thing is to experience from the inside. I experience only from the outside. Of course, I played against Roma. I played in the Olimpico a few times. I know the power. I know in the great moments or in the best moments how powerful they can be. But what is really incredible is the fact that in the last couple of decades, not many moments for the fans to enjoy, and it looks like their passion is always there, and it's very easy to be a hard supporter of a team that is continuously winning, and another thing is to be in this kind of situation where, unfortunately, in the last couple of decades, not much to celebrate. That for me means a lot. Even between friends, sometimes we joke with rivals in Portuguese teams and English teams. You have to be a big supporter and show really what you are, always. And for me that is very, very obvious. But I also believe that they need a light, and for me the light is what we are going to try to build for the future. And again, I go back to the beginning, and the beginning was Mr. Friedkin speaking about them, and that for me means a lot. So I'm excited to work for them. I'm excited to work with them, and I hope that the team is a little bit a reflection of what they are. The team has some qualities that they have, and the main quality is the passion they have for the club. So I want to try to build a team where we share these principles, and the fans can look at the team and be happy in winning days and still be proud in losing days. And many times in football that doesn't happen when we don't share values. So to change mentalities, to change the soul is something that sometimes takes time, but it's very important that everyone that loves the club feels that internally, feels that on the grass, on the green surface, every minute of every game, the players, they feel it.
We've seen via your Instagram feed, you've been doing a bit of research, a bit of preparation.
A lot.
A lot, yeah. What else have you been doing?
I cannot share, I don't want to share, but a lot. You know, that's my job. I need to know the maximum I can. And of course, new technologies helped us. The Zoom arrived in difficult times, but arrived to stay and to help people even after difficult times. We are doing a lot of meetings and lots of conversations, and try to change already something in the club. So when we arrive Trigoria, then the space is more adapted to our needs and to our ideas. The club's super open. Everyone's super open to try to cooperate with us. And of course, I always say that you only know a player when you work with them. But I try to know the more I can. So of course, videos and stats and data and calls, and trying to know the most of them. But in reality, only when you are with them on the pitch, and when you feel them, when you look in the eyes, when you smell it, when you look to the difficulties, when you look to the positivity, is when you start knowing them really.
The announcement that you were joining Roma energised the fan base. I think we've seen graffiti tributes all across Rome. I'm sure you've noticed it on your social media as well. Were you taken aback by that, and has it energised you as well?
You know, first of all, let me say that what happened, the way it happened, is almost unique in football world. I think the club was amazing in the way they managed the situation. I believe that 1 minute before an official announcement, nobody could imagine that was going to happen. That's not typical of the football industry. I think this is a lesson for the football industry, the way Roma managed the situation and kept it as a secret until the last second. So I think that created an incredible impact, and I'm really proud of being part of this, because I think it's quite an historical moment for modern football. I'm not saying because it's me or because it's Roma. The situation, the way it happened, I think is quite iconic in modern football. I would say impossible, but was possible. The way people reacted, I think I don't deserve that, because I did nothing for them. Of course emotional, of course pleased, of course grateful, of course even more responsibility on my shoulders to try not to let that people with that passion down. I can only say that what they did for me before I did something for them, because I did nothing for them, I can only be extra motivated to work. And again, going back always to day one, to conversation one, the same way the owners, they think about them, there is no way for me to run away from it. So I'm going to try to do everything and to pay in a football way all the love and the passion that they showed to me. I'm really grateful for that.
And now that process really starts, your first pre-season, a period to start to shape the team the way you want. What are the key things you're going to be looking to put in place during pre-season?
Well, the first thing is to wait for some gifts. I hope that the bosses and director Tiago, they have some gifts for me, because would be nice. Would be an extra motivation for me, and of course would give me more potential to develop or to start the process. But independent of that, our pre-season is a pre-season with many different phases. Players will arrive step by step. The players involved in the Euro, of course, they will come later, and they will come also in different phases depending on when their national team left the competition. It's also a great period for me to know the young players better, because we start the pre-season with a mixture of players in the squad, and of course some of them they played in the first team some matches, some minutes in the last period of the season, which was great for me to know them better in a certain habitat that is different than the Primavera habitat. But I want to look at them, I want to make them feeling, I want a good cooperation with the youth area, because there is no better thing for a coach to bring some young players to the first team, players with a club culture. So hopefully in the future can happen even more and more. But let's go step by step. Even the kind of matches that we play in pre-season, they have an evolution context. We will start playing every player 45 minutes. We are not going to care with results. We are going to play against stronger teams and teams with one step or two steps ahead of us, in the sense of they started training before us, so they are in a different stage of their preparation. And we are going to develop the team step by step. And the guys that I bring with me are a small nucleus of guys. I'm not a guy that defends an invasion in a club with lots of people. I don't think that's fair. I think it's fair for the people that is in the club to have a chance to show what they are, to show the way they feel the club, to show the way they can adapt to a new coach, to a new era. So let's try all together to make it what is the most important thing, which is a team. And when I say a team, I'm not saying the 11 guys on the pitch. I'm saying a team. The club has to be a team. Everybody needs to feel that's my team. Everybody needs to feel I want to give all I have to that team. Everybody has to be happy with good results. Everybody has to be sad with bad results, but everybody has to be together as a team.